Hi everyone, welcome to my video. This would be my third video on Ielts. I hope you guys can actually hear me properly. As a little bit of noise outside. So today's video would be third video on Ielts. If you haven't checked out my part 1 and part 2, please go and have a look because those are equally important. But today's topic would be very important, probably the most interesting as well. So point number 3 is having your confidence, right? It sounds very simple, it sounds very easy, it sounds very very generic, very random. Not sure what else I can say. Having confidence, I mean, you know, we always say this word, but we don't actually value this as much as we say. The reason I mention this is I know and I have seen people who actually prepared for their exam very well. They practiced very well. They generally and naturally are very good, and especially in English. From the technical side and also from their lifestyle, so because you know they are engaged. But what happens is when they go and take the exam, they don't do very well. And funny thing is, the reason is I asked them, right, generally, just out of my curiosity, that okay, what's the problem? I mean, you know, it was probably very obvious for you, such and such, to do very well in the exam. So what actually happened? And the person would probably respond to me a majority of the time is, look, I don't know what happened. I went to exam and I was you know, very nervous. I was not confident enough. My confidence level was very low, and I was, you know, so many things were coming in my mind. You know, that extra, you know, 10 minutes or 15 minutes when you actually go sit down in your desk, waiting for your, you know, exam to start. That 10-15 minutes, I've seen people actually lose the battle right there. Now, it can happen due to two reasons. One is a very practical, and I completely understand, is if you are not prepared enough. And when I say preparation, again, check my other videos. I mean practice. You have to practice yourself, right? So if you haven't done enough practice, then you will be genuinely, and I think you should feel, you know, if your confidence level should be low so that you can learn a lesson. I definitely don't wish that to happen, but that's one side, right? Another side is it's just that, you know, upbringing. It's just the matter of, you know, how Ielts is like I feel like it's just like a nightmare for some people for no reason. Just for no reason. It becomes, when I talk to those people, I feel like it is something out of this world, right? I have to sit for exam, IELTS, you know, all of these, and they generally prepare. And sometimes, you know, again, I mentioned to my previous videos that you have to enjoy the whole process, right? You cannot pressurize yourself, right? Study 10 hours. No one is asking you to do that. You just need to be smart. You don't have to run different places and have, you know, millions of resources. You just have to enjoy the process, right? Number one. Number two is, that's how you actually build your confidence level, right? And so on that note is that, as I was saying, that it just get injected in your brain and in your mind that IELTS is like something else. It is very tough, you know, so many things will happen, especially when you know, sit for the speaking part. Then, you know, people will be talking to you in English and you probably will have all of this garbage, right? It's absolutely nonsense. Sorry to use my such language, but it is absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. You have to practice, right? You have to follow those steps. You need to be involved, obviously. I've explained in my previous video. and you have to have your confidence level standard, right? Not super high, because that will also make you, if you have overconfidence in yourself, that's a big problem. That will also cause the problem with your confidence, because you'll be going to the exam and be thinking that I will answer absolutely 100%. I will finish my 1.5 hours exam in 30 minutes. But obviously that will not be the case, and you will start losing slowly by surely. So don't have that. Also, at the same time, don't have absolutely zero confidence in yourself that, oh my god, I have practiced, but now I'm in the exam hall and I know for sure that this is going to be so hard. If you already start thinking in that way, then it will be that. I'm so sorry to say that, but if you cannot think in that way, you cannot lose the battle before the battle, right? So have your confidence. And when I say confidence, know that nothing new will be tested. Genuinely, nothing new will be tested. I don't want to talk a lot more about myself in this matter, because it might sound that I'm trying to, I'm just boasting about myself. I'm probably bragging about but I have sat for few IELTS exams. I'm not saying that I have scored 9 out of 9 in every single band, and you don't actually have to do that. But I have done well. What I actually needed, I got it. Right. So that's one thing. And all I'm actually sharing with you guys is from my experience, right? I'm not a IELTS exam writer. I'm not someone who works in IELTS. I'm not a superhuman, right? I followed few process, and I was actually challenging myself to actually not prepare myself or not study in a conventional way, and also have my mindset in a very different way, build my mindset in a very different way, right? In my logic, I used to tell myself before the exam, I used to tell myself that I've gone through school, I've gone through college, I've finished probably university. In my one IELTS, actually, I had to take few years back. By that time, I already completed my university. I've completed my professional certification as well. But anyway, again, I was telling myself, even my first IELTS, when I moved from my home country to Australia, I used to tell myself that I finished my school. I did actually very good, probably very, very good. I did very good in school, right? Not only in English, but overall. But so I was telling myself that I've gone through all those. IELTS is like a short exam. All it'll do is literally not test actually, but you know what I mean. It's just going to, I'm sit down for an exam, probably half a day, 4 segments, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. The content of the exam would be nothing like it's not going to be asking me, write an essay on, Apollo 11 or whatever it is, and talk about metaphysics and astrophysics and all of this. No, nothing of finance or nothing. It's just a genuine thing. All it will test me that am I good enough to go to an English speaking country? Yes, I am. I tell myself, yes, I am. Why? Because can I read? Yes, I can read. Can I understand when I read? Yes, I do. Can I listen and understand? Can I listen to a video? Can I listen to a podcast? Can I watch a game on a television? And can I understand the commentaries? Yes, I do. Can I write? Yes, I can write. Is my grammatical ability good enough? Yes, it is. What else? Speaking. Can I speak English? Yes. Can I speak English in such a way that I don't? I try to have my grammars as correct as possible, and when I speak, will another person be would be comfortable to understand what I'm trying to say? Yes. Do I stay correlated within my topics, or do I jump from one place to other places and then I get completely lost? No. I try to be tight and compact as much as I can. Okay, so I don't have to be, okay, and then if I have all of these things, okay, good. And then obviously for exam, you have to do a bit of practice. Have I done enough practice? Yes, I have done. Good. That's it. You go sit for the exam, you enjoy the process, you try to enjoy the, obviously in your head you'll be having some strategy. I want you guys to actually have some strategy rather than thinking a lot about what's going to happen, you know, if I cannot, you know, I paid a lot of money for my IELTS, and if I don't, you know, pass my IELTS, or, you know, what I mean by passing is means, you know, if I don't get enough grade, then, you know, bad things will happen, and I don't really think that I would be able to sit down again this time, and I have to stop thinking all of those. Because the moment you will start thinking, look, even if you say, for example, you're sitting for academic module and you need 7 in each band. Say in the first attempt you did all of these things, you were very good, and you did very well in, you know, in 3 modules, in three segments. In one you received say 6.5. At least then you know where you are, right? Like genuinely. But if you already, you know, miss the plot completely, lose the battle before the battle, you get this score, and you'll be saying, you know, that you have the capability to actually score, you know, 7 or at least 6.5. But because of that, you might be getting 5.5. Then you will start doubting yourself that, oh, am I that bad? Then it will be so hard for you to pull yourself out of that situation, right? So don't have super high expectation. At the same time, do not sell yourself short that, oh, I'm just, right? If you have those mentalities, then I would recommend postpone your test, take a bit of time, take a deep breath, you know, regroup yourself, re-engineer your your mindset, get ready properly, and then go take the exam, right? So this would be my last video on this. But then again, if you guys need any other help, again, I don't want to make any videos or any content based on all the nitty-gritty of the exam, like what's in the actual exam, because as I said, and I've been echoing this in my 3 videos now, the same thing, that nothing new will be there, right? You know exactly what's going to be there. You know, fill in the gaps, true or false, you know, right, wrong, not given, what else, matching the paragraph with the label, writing is writing, you know, generally you're looking at a graph, you're looking at a diagram and whatnot, and then you just writing based on that, trying to be correlated as much as you can, or in some cases you'll probably be writing a letter. Speaking, they would be asking about, you know, your childhood memories, or your, I don't know, your house, or your best teacher, it's like all basic things, generally all basic things. When you sit for the speaking part, it will be some conversation, and be listening to it. Don't distract yourself, just listen to it, and there will be and again, in the listening, so many people ask me, okay, what's going to happen in the listening? Will they be talking about all the technical stuff? No, nothing. So probably 2 people will be talking about, I don't know, like a basic, you know, dialogue between 2 people. Like one would be asking, okay, what's your address and whatnot, and that person probably be saying the address, and they will be saying, my address is, you know, 57 by A, that road. So when they fill in the gaps, the gap would be probably that 57A. So right, that how hard it is. Generally, how hard is that? Yes, of course, because of that you have to practice. But as I'm saying, that I don't want to make any, and I don't really think that I would make any video, because it's just going to be a waste of time for you guys and for myself as well, to make a video or make videos on the nitty-gritties of the exam, right? You've been through those, you definitely know how to handle those sort of questions. It's just a matter of having your mindset fresh, having your mindset right, and having your practice, being engaged, and enjoy the whole process, right? That's all I can say. Wish you all good luck, and yeah, so that's the end for my IELTS part, and probably in future I will try to make some other videos based on my channel goal. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching.